children, so in this chapter we have learned about different types of animals based upon their habitats. So based upon their habitats, the animals are classified into 5 types. That is terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, and amphibians, and arboreal animals, and aerial animals. And also we have classified the animals based upon their food into 4 types. That is herbivorous animals, and carnivorous, and omnivores, and that is parasites. And also we have discussed the different adaptations in each animal in their teeth. So these are the different topics we have covered in this chapter. So now let us practice some exercise in the activity part on the topics up to now we have discussed in this chapter. So let us go to the activity part. So see the first section in the activity part. So that is section A. So what is the section A? Answer these questions. So in this section they will give some questions. We have to write answers for those questions. So see the first question. So what is a habitat? So what is a habitat? So what is habitat? Children, see the answer. The surroundings in which an animal or plant lives is called its habitat. So generally, children, all the animals does not live in the same place. So different animals lives in different places. So that is, some animals will live on land and some animals lives in water, whereas some animals will live in air, that is flying air. So that's why those places at which the animals generally or naturally live, those are called habitats. So there are different types of habitats. Like if you take land, so in the land there are deserts, ice, that is polar regions. And if you take water, there are different type of habitats in water, like lakes, ponds, rivers, seas, and oceans. So all these are different types of habitats in water. So habitat means the surroundings in which an animal or plant lives is called its habitat. So children, see the second question. What is adaptation? So what is adaptation? Children, see the answer. The process by which an animal adjusts itself according to the available surroundings and environment is called adaptation. So generally, those animals which are living in a particular habitat will adopt to some special features to survive in those habitat. For example, if we take a camel, those camels are survive only in the deserts. But in deserts, the temperature is too hot and the water is less available. But how the camel can survive in those habitats? So that means the camel will have some adaptations in its body. So that means it can store water in its body up to 14 to 15 days, and it can live up to 14 to 15 days even though there is no water and there is no food. And also it can store its food in the form of fat in its hump. And if there is no food, it can reuse its fat in the hump as a food. So these are some adaptations in the camel. So not only camel, so like all the animals which are living in the particular habitat will have some adaptations to survive in those habitats. So the process by which an animal adjusts itself according to the available surroundings and environment is called adaptation. So children, see the third question. How are the fish adapted to live in water? So what are the adaptations in fish to live in the water habitat? We cannot live in water, but fish can live in water. So what are the differences between us and fish, and what are the adaptations in fish? The children, read the answer. Fish breathe in the air dissolved in water through special organs called gills, and they have fins to help them swim and balance in water. So children, So we do not live in water for more time because so if we are immersed in water, so we cannot get oxygen. The oxygen present in water is not sufficient for us. And whereas in fish there are some adaptation that are the fish can breathe the air dissolved in water through the special organs called gills. So fish can breathe through the special organs called gills. So children, do you observe the gills for the fish? So gills are in red color like feather-like structures which are present on its each side. And the fish can breathe through its gills. The speciality of the gills is it can allows only the air, that is only the oxygen present in the water, and they does not allow the water to enter their bodies. And also other adaptation is they have fins. How they can swim in water? So they have fins to help them swim. So the fins help the fishes to swim and balance in water. So not only these adaptations, the body shape of the fishes also help them to swim in the water for longer distances. So generally the fishes are in streamlined shape. That is, so they are at the point edges at both ends of their body shape. It means they are like in the oval shape. That is, they are pointed. Their body shape is pointed at their both ends. So this shape especially helps the fish and all the aquatic animals to swim easily in the water. So these are the adaptations in the fish. Next, children, so see the fourth question. What are arboreal animals? Name any three. So children, already we have discussed that the animals are classified into 5 types based on their habitats. That is terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, and amphibians, arboreal animals, and the last one is aerial animals. So now here, what are arboreal animals? So children, so see the answer. Animals that spend most of the time on trees are called arboreal animals. Example, monkeys, squirrels, chameleons. So children, what are arboreal animals? So those animals which spend most of the time on trees. So like monkeys. So children, if you observe monkeys, they generally observed on trees only. That means they spend their most of the time on the trees. So for these animals have some adaptations. Like if you take monkeys, so they have strong arms, that is long arms and long legs. So which help them to move from one tree to another tree, and they have also tail, long tail. So by using their long tail, they can swing from one branch to another branch of the tree. So these are the adaptations for the arboreal animals which help them to live most of their time on the trees. So children, so see the fifth question. How are birds adapted for flying? So children, read the answer. Birds have wings to fly. Their bones are hollow, which make them light, and their body shape also helps them to fly easily in air. So children, how birds can able to fly in air? Why we cannot able to fly in air? So what is the difference between birds and us? So there are some adaptations in the birds. So those adaptations helps the birds to fly in the air. So what are those adaptations is? So they have wings. So they have wings to fly, whereas human beings does not have wings to fly. And next, their bones are hollow. That means the bones in the birds are filled with air. So those are called very hollow. That means their bones are very light. So because of their light weight, they can easily fly in the air. So these are the adaptations help the birds for flying. Children, so note down these 5 questions in your notebook. So children, read the next 6th question. It is, why did dinosaurs vanish from the earth? So why did dinosaurs vanish from the earth? To see the answer, children, the dinosaurs failed to adapt themselves according to the changing conditions of climate, food, and surroundings. So they all died and were lost forever. So thus dinosaurs have become extinct. So children, already we have discussed the extinct animals. So some animals and some plants are observed in the ancient times and they are not found today no more because they are extinct. Why they are extinct? So children, so those animals which can survive according to the changing condition, that is changing climatic conditions, changing food, they can only survive on the earth. But whereas dinosaurs, they are failed to adapt themselves according to the changing conditions of climate, whereas some animals will adjust, will adapt themselves to the changing conditions of climate, food, and they are able to survive on the earth, and these animals are not adapted themselves to the changing conditions of climate, food, and surroundings. So that's why they all died because of their unfavorable conditions to their bodies and because of their unfavorable food. So they are all died and were lost forever. So this type of animals are called extinct animals. So thus the dinosaurs have become extinct. So not only dinosaurs, so nowadays some animals also on the verge of on extinct. So those animals which are on the verge of extinction are called endangered animals. So that's why we have to protect each and every animal to prevent them from extinct. So children, so note down this question also in your notebook.